So hi everybody, Craig Hanson here guys. Welcome to my video as we explore technique and try and get a bit of a better understanding of what's actually happening and why aren't people understanding it. And why haven't we reached more people when we look at simple facts and the averages of movement? If we take 100 PGA professionals, surely we need to know what the average of this motion is and where it is. To get a gauge of what are the exceptions to the rule, or perhaps get an idea of what style of swing that you have, or simply the commonality that seems to be only amongst the leading instructors. And there's a lot of stuff out there, obviously in the internet, and it's very, very distracting. So in this video, we're going to look at some club players, we're going to have a look at some PGA professionals, we're going to have a look at some of the facts of the golf swing to help you have a much better understanding of what's going on, so you can have a clear path, plan, trust, and move forwards and improve your golf the way that you should be improving it. So guys, looking at the PGA average of movement from this front view when hitting a mid to high iron, it's going to be a bit of an eye-opener for you here to give you an understanding of where they are. And perhaps you can take a piece of one of the movements here and apply it to your own practice. And that's what we're trying to do. Now, how many of you have been worked on incorrect things in the past? It really is an amazing game, isn't it? There's so much information that's been out there, and it's just so much of it is garbage. So really, by applying the facts of the game, it gives us on the right chance to play some really good golf. We're going to have a look at a couple of club players here coming up. Now, we can see I've drawn in a couple of lines, 4 to 6 inches. Right, that's the lateral movement through the ball. So when you're drawing a lineup, I love to call this the wall. Right, so if you do film your swings, if you're not, you really should have a look. It's just so simple to do with your mobile phone. You've all got little cameras in your pockets there. Who doesn't have a mobile phone? And here's the next question: who's not filming their swings these days? You know, all PGA professionals are filming their swings. Why aren't you? That's the thing. Probably you can't be bothered, or it's in the too hard basket, and that's a bit of a shame because we're investing a lot of time and money into the game. But really, a lot of people are just not working on the correct things at all. Now, looking at this wall that I draw up from the side of the left ankle, you'll see half of the lead leg moving through the wall, generally speaking, and a little bit of the left shoulder. Okay, now when you're looking at, I've had some emails recently and people have been saying that this finish line that I've drawn recently, when you draw a line up over the ball, which illustrates the finish line, it's helped so many people getting that shift and getting the knee to hit the finish line before the hands do. It's a basic feel that you can use when you're working on your technique. I mean, half the game, obviously with a hobby, it's hitting balls and working on technique. It's a very interesting area, but applying it effectively is the right thing to do. Now, when we look at other great ball strikers, right, so when you're looking at averages and we say, okay, we're going to take here, we'll have a look at Adam Scott. Now, you see the line I've drawn up here, that's the shadow effect. Watch this as he sort of moves his way forwards and moves his way down. Now we know that the professionals drop their heads, right? Around about average is 3 inches. Now I'm not suggesting you get out there and drop your head just straight away, but looking at how they do that's an interesting thing because they actually have a lot of shaft lean at impact. And this shaft lean actually, it shortens the radius of the swing. So by keeping your height or keeping your spine angle, which a lot of people believe to be correct, we actually throw away our angles a little bit. And so that's why you're seeing all these top players move downwards. It helps them hang on to their angles and it sort of shortens the radius of the swing. Here's McIlroy as well. You see the same position, don't you? This is like a blueprint. And I'm just suggesting that the further you are away from these positions, generally the worse that we hit it. All right, so we're seeing this over and over again. I'm only going to show you a couple of examples here because you could go all day with that same move. But this is where they are. All right, you can see that same position here. Now let's head back to this video and we'll have a look at impact. And we're going to have a look at a couple of club players. But this front view needs to be looked at much, much more. When people are sending their swings out into the groups in Facebook or whatever, they're often just looking at the back view because seriously here they don't seem to think it's that important. But it really is probably more important than the back view. Shaft lean at impact, right. Now, how much? And you can measure that with your mobile phone. Seriously, on WorldClassGolf, this system that I'm using is the V1 Pro system. And for the members of WorldClassGolf, you've got this system with the lines and angles. You can see here, I'll draw a line up the shaft. And look at this. I got 14 degrees of shaft lean. Right, 90 being 0. And 12 degrees is average. So on WorldClassGolf, we've got this system. It's the Pro system. the V1 Pro system, and it's around $99, and normally it's over $500. So have a look at that. You know, it's a great system to be able to film your swing and analyze it and using facts. Now there's a great impact position, right? And often we can get down and also have a look at this right leg. Now where are the club players at? Now you might not be too far away.
World Class Golf Instruction has over 700 detailed videos for every golfer. Practice programs and evidence-based material is applied to helping you to become your own coach and play your best golf. Join us in the chat room and join the community of World Class Golf Instruction.
But, you know, when you're having a look at a lot of the moves here with the guys, they're not quite getting it right. But it doesn't mean, obviously, sometimes you can't get your body in the positions. But we'll see a bit of head lifting up, and we'll see the angles, losing the angles, and they're not too bad at times. But we see sort of 4 degrees of shaft lean, the right legs up a little bit higher, and not too bad the swing, but can improve it. You know, definitely seeing the left foot slip there because there's not enough weight on it, and not quite the separation that we're after. And players also in their setup not getting it right from the word go. All right, and setting up too far on the right here with not enough shaft lean at the start. And moving back a little bit laterally, and then of course, you know, they're flipping it. And what actually happens here is when you don't have the shaft lean, you're playing with fire, right? You're sort of, your club's gliding along the top. You're going to hit it fat, you're going to hit it thin. And look, you might be on a handicap at 12 and you want to get to 8. You might be on 8, you want to get to 4. And this is something that I've been helping so many people with, you know, online, with online lessons, and with World Class Golf Instruction. And for me, this, you know, this front part of the swing, it really is deceptive for a lot of people. Now, when we're getting into, you know, a position like this with the arms parallel to the ground, and around this position here, we can see that, you know, we've gone through this recently on some videos here. Look at that arm right up against the ribs, and how many top players have we seen doing that? Right, now when we look at the club golfers, we can see that lead leg having flex in it. It's a great angle where not enough people are filming their swings from this position here. And this is one of the professionals that I teach from California, Dodge Kemmer, who's really starting to strike it pure. Now, guys, when we're seeing club golfers in, you know, a similar position to that, unfortunately, what we're seeing a lot of the time is that the club at the top of the swing, we're getting a bit of a casting effect, and we're seeing that large gap between the elbow and often the left leg straight. There's a lot of quite famous instructors suggesting that there's no lateral movement in the swing, which is really hurting a lot of people. But because a lot of these instructors have, you know, a lot of followers and things like that, people will tend to really believe that. All right, but you need to look at evidence-based material, some of the facts in the golf swing. And if you are hitting it good, you know, I mean, I hit the ball quite solid. You probably see my swing on some of the videos here. You know, you really want to make sure that if you're getting good information, you can trust it and move in the right direction, guys. If you're looking for, you know, online lessons, check out craighansongolf.com. Have a look at worldclassgolf.com. We're in connection with some fantastic people, great information, and really improving golfers from all around the world. Guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.